For the past 14 years, I've known my younger brother all of his life. And for the past 14 years subsequently, people have often come to me and asked what it's like to have a younger brother who is severely autistic. Honestly, there isn't a one-word description to describe the experience that I've gone through. It is not on the whole negative at all. It is not on the whole positive at all. It is simply a factor in my younger brother's personality, a bit of the atoms that flow through the being that he is. It's the way his brain is wired. It's part of who he is, regardless of whether I think it's good or bad. I don't think it's my place to call it either. As far as what it has done for me, I can't describe on the whole gifts that it has presented. I can describe to you that silence in between thinking and saying something when the two of us would lie side by side on the carpeted floor of the living room in my parents' house, staring at the ceiling and trying to find shapes in the cracks, in the plaster. I can describe it to you in the fact that my younger brother, despite not being able to speak, communicates so much more with a dirty look than any well-written essay by a university student would be able to convey. I could describe it to you in that when he's excited or happy, he cannot verbally say that he's excited or happy, but he jumps. He jumps a good foot in the air, just full body, jumps into the air and just makes this noise of just happiness and appreciation, and it's infectious. It gets inside of you when he does that, and you can't not be happy when he is. My younger brother is severely autistic, but he also suffers from verbal apraxia, meaning that verbally he is never going to be able to hold a conversation with me. But even though we only found an alternative and effective method of communication over the course of the past 2 or 3 years, I've always known who my brother is. I've known him all his life. I've known that he's incredibly clever and stubborn as hell and funny and kind and logical. My younger brother is an ally for me. My younger brother demanded that I take him to Gay Pride just last year, even though through all of his challenges, the social stigma against him, the people that stare when he drops something on the floor and stims on it for a few minutes before picking it up, or spits because that's a compulsion that he suffers from. Even though he gets stared at every day in a marketplace, he still has the presence of mind and the courage to be an advocate and an ally for a different oppressed group of people like myself. He is, without a doubt, the most selfless person I have ever met in that regard. And that's not because he is neurotypical, or not because he is severely autistic, or not because he is anything other than Veronika Nagy, and I am always going to be his older sister. I'm sorry, I diverted from the topic just for a few moments because I wanted to make it clear that I don't believe that autism is the thing that defines my brother. I don't believe that it can be completely disregarded. I believe that it is a fundamental aspect in his personality and who he is. It is not everything. It is not the only thing. It is just a facet in the multi-celled being he happens to be. There's this fact I learned about space a while ago. Stars and stellar systems all move in something called a binary system, meaning that for every star you see in the sky, there is a different star following the exact same orbital path, dance partner, and this in this stellar dance that planetary bodies do throughout the sky. Stars are never by themselves. There has never been a single star in a section of the sky. And it's my firm belief that my younger brother is that stellar partner for me. Even as I go to college and he grows up and I get my own housing and perhaps he gets his own housing, finds a job, gets married, has kids, Jesus. we're always going to be locked in that stellar dance. Thank you.